In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where GPS signals fade and legends are whispered through the leaves, there lies a secret lost to time. This is not just a story of maps and myths. This is the journey of a woman who followed the echoes of her past and uncovered something the world was never meant to see. Her name was Dr. Elise Navarro. Elise was not a stranger to danger. She'd crossed deserts, dived into forgotten catacombs, and translated tongues long dead. But it was a single letter found in an old, rusted lockbox beneath her father's study that changed everything. Inside it was a hand-drawn map. Marked in faded ink, the Temple of Kaezul. A serpent seal stamped across the top. And a note, in her late father's handwriting, "Kaezul is real. Find it, Elise. Finish what I couldn't." She had grown up on stories of Kaezul, a temple said to be hidden deep within the rainforest. A place guarded by the jungle itself. A place no explorer ever returned from. Most dismissed it as a myth. Elise couldn't ignore the call. 2 weeks later, Elise and a small team set off from a remote outpost in northern Brazil. With her went Juno, a tech expert with a drone obsession. Mateo, a hardened survivalist who'd spent more time in the jungle than at home. And Thiago, a local guide, quiet and serious, who'd heard stories of Kaezul since childhood. As the helicopter dropped them off beyond the last known trail, the jungle swallowed them whole. No roads. No comms. No way back unless they found what they were looking for. The first 2 days were uneventful, dense vines, endless insects, and heat that pressed down like a blanket. But by the 3rd day, something shifted. They came upon a deep ravine. A collapsed bridge dangled over the edge like a spiderweb. Centuries old, rotting, swaying in the wind. One by one, they crossed. Would snap beneath boots. Ropes groaned. Mateo nearly fell, catching himself just inches from death. But they made it across. Barely. The map led them deeper. That night, as the team camped near a stream, the jungle changed again. The air grew thick. The forest, too quiet. Even the bugs had stopped buzzing. And then the hissing. Snakes. Dozens of them. Slithering from the shadows, eyes gleaming like coals. They weren't attacking. They were surrounding. As if guarding something. Juno lit a flare, red fire tearing through the night. The snakes recoiled and vanished. No one slept that night. Thiago, his voice trembling, whispered, "The jungle doesn't want us here." By dawn, they pressed forward. The map led them to a clearing, and there it stood. A massive monolith, rising from the earth like a buried tooth. Carved with ancient symbols, far older than anything Incan or Mayan. At its base, the serpent seal. Kaezul. Elise poured water over the stone. The symbols began to glow, revealing a path hidden by vines and time. A trail leading underground. Beneath the monolith, into the earth. What awaited them was not a tomb. It was a gauntlet. A corridor of traps. Fire, wind, water, stone. Each step forward triggered a new danger. Pressure plates fired darts from the walls. Jet streams of fire licked the ceilings. Pitfalls opened beneath their feet. One wrong move meant death. Mateo, ever the survivor, led the way until a spike trap nearly skewered him. Breathing hard, he muttered, "This place wasn't built for people to come in." To which Elise replied, "No. It was built to keep something in." At the end of the corridor, they emerged into a hidden valley. There, covered in vines and shadow, was the Temple of Kaezul. Its stone pyramid reached into the sky. Its eyes, 2 serpent carvings, watched them approach. The temple seemed alive, as if it had been waiting. Juno's drone scanned the structure. Below the surface, a massive underground chamber pulsed with heat. Thiago whispered the old stories. Kaizul was no god. It was a force of nature. The relic inside could control the earth itself. Elise felt her pulse quicken. They had found it. But what were they about to awaken? Inside the temple, the walls were lined with gold, but no one touched it. Skulls lay in neat rows. Bones of those who had come before and failed. At the center, on a pedestal, rested a crystal idol. It shimmered like it was breathing. The heart of Kaizul. Elise stepped forward. The air vibrated. Time seemed to slow. As she lifted the idol, the temple groaned. The ground trembled. Cracks spread through the walls. Thiago shouted, "Put it back. The temple is alive." But Elise was entranced. Then the floor collapsed. Chaos. The temple began to fall apart. Stone blocks crashed from the ceiling. Snakes poured from the walls. Lava bubbled from newly opened fissures. Thiago held open a collapsing door, shouting for them to go. His last words echoed behind them, "Protect it, or it'll destroy the world." And then he was gone. Elise, Juno, and Matteo ran for their lives. Through crumbling halls. Across burning bridges. Past the eyes of Kaizul. Until at last, the jungle opened once more. The temple was gone. Buried again beneath the earth. 3 had entered. 2 emerged. Forever changed. In Elise's pack, the crystal idol. Or so we think. But when she opened her father's journal that night, a final page revealed itself. Glowing symbols. A second map. She whispered, "This wasn't the only temple." The screen fades to black. But the map doesn't stop there. More serpent seals light up. Africa. Asia. Antarctica. Kaizul was only the beginning. The world thinks it knows its history. But there are secrets buried deeper than time. And sometimes, when you dig too far, something digs back. Thanks for joining us on this thrilling adventure to the lost temple of Kaizul. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. In our next video, we will discover a brand new story full of mystery, excitement, or motivation. Or, if you're ready, you can watch it right now on your screen. The adventure continues, just one click away.